Are you ready for round two? Hey guys, welcome back to Academic Gaming, where Nintendo wants to make money off me, and out of all the places in the world I can be banned, apparently Germany doesn't want me there. So, continuing our talk about diegetic. I left y'all with some questions, and the things that I wanted those questions to kind of lead you to was into this episode here, where we're going to go into this idea of shared authorship. Now, shared authorship is defined as when a developer provides the same goals, objectives, and meanings of a game, but individual players go about obtaining these objectives in different ways. Now, I know the common thought on this is well, Chris, of course everyone plays a game differently. That's part of what makes a game a game. But, as we established in the last episode, everything that happens within a game is diegetic, meaning it is within that game's world. So, because everything that's happening in that game is within the game's story, you've now answered another question within it. While the narrative answers the what and the why, you're answering the how. Now, that's not super important to everybody, and I get that, and I truly do. And that's an understandable idea. But when it comes to looking at it from a narrative view, you have a very chaotic system and a very fun thing that's going on. Because now there's no set idea. There's no set anything. We have to look at video games specially because of this. Now, an academic named Andrew Smuts, he wrote a pretty decent bit on the subject. And he wrote an essay called Are Video Games Art? I linked it in the last video. I'll link it in this one as well. And he brought up this idea that video games are the first concreative medium. Now, what he's meaning by this is that the player is creating using the tools that the dev gave them. So, what does this mean? It means that through shared authorship, we write our own stories. We've all had a game where we've sat there and said, oh yeah, I didn't do that, I did this. Regardless of whether or not it's set and you see it every time in the game, that is narrative. It is still a story that was told within the game and is still contained in the diegetic world of that story. Okay, enough talking. Let's play some games. I'm going to show an example of how shared authorship works. Now, you kind of have to roll with me on this because this is about to be one of the nerdiest things I have ever done in my life. I'm going to narrate 2 different playthroughs of the same level, do it differently, and narrate as I play. Judge all you want. I do it because I love you. So, I was there in the jungle, and I was hanging out with my double magnums, and then I saw a dinosaur head me. So I ran up to it, and I was like, hey, what's up, dinosaur? And I jumped on his back, and then we just started going along, we were hanging out. Then there was this thing that was coming ahead. And I was looking, I saw this other thing, I picked it up. And then the bad guys showed up. Bad guys showed up, so me and the dinosaur were like, nah, man. So we went up in that, we started shooting fireballs at them, started setting them up. Me and Dino knew what was up. We sat there and we had our fun with them. They had no chance against us. Now the other one. Now when I played, I skipped the dinosaur. I don't roll like that. I went up in there, took my shotgun out, and I just walked up on it. I was like, I'm a man. I'm going to go and take this head on. I don't need no help. I don't need no dinosaur. I know what's up. So the bad guys rolled up, and they looked at me thinking, oh, that's easy pickings. So, I ran up, started shooting my revolvers at them, pulled out that shotgun, lit that big thing up, ran up in, started firing charge blasts at them, double magnums, shotgun, just boom, 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 until nothing get in my way. Hey, I will have you know, I have friends. I go out. I've even had a girlfriend. I don't care how much you think I'm a loser, because I am not a loser. I will tell you. Okay, so I figured this would be one of those things that it'd be a lot easier to understand when you saw it. So we can kind of look back and understand where in the shared authorship there is. The players had same tools, same goals, same objectives, and same obstacles. And they overcame them differently. Whenever my first playthrough, it was on a dinosaur that shot fireballs, because that totally makes sense. But the second time around, it was in the more traditional machismo, shoot everything until it stops moving. So this isn't a huge concept, although it's a very important one. But I'll leave it here. This plus diegetic should be enough to keep you going. So, kind of leading you into our next episode, let's think of what we can think about from here to there. Rather than give you 3 or 4 questions to hold you over, I think there's going to be one really good one, which is, what happens when 2 different players engage the same mechanic or the same obstacle, but sees it completely different metaphorically? Mull that one over. Remember to always back your saves up, and remember, I keep it Neil.